Yeah, I was looking up some statistics. 80% of white people in the U.S. are killed by other white people.
Yeah.
It's like, Black lives don't matter. They don't really go on about how black people kill other black people. It's like if you really wanted to save black lives, that would be your main priority, is getting the gangs to stop shooting people. Especially children.
Oh yeah, black men kill more black men than anyone else does.
Yeah. Or maybe heart disease. Heart disease might be a bigger killer. It's probably a bigger killer of black people, and cancer is probably bigger killer than the police.
Do you know where heart disease falls? It's like it's after cancer. It's number 2 for diseases, Matthew. Cancer is number 1. And heart disease is number 2.
You didn't help you.
30%.
Black lives.
30% of the population dies. You can't even compare murder to heart disease, Matthew.
Yep.
I think they're slightly higher risk for heart disease too. But yeah, I mean, that's one of the number. Heart disease is like number 2 for cause of death. Cancer is number 1. Now, cancer and heart disease are not even. They're in a whole bigger league than anything else.
The statistic put it at 90%.
What?
Of crimes committed or people killed are committed by black people in the city. Might be a high population of black people though, which would make sense.
Well, in some cities?
Yeah.
The population very high. It's like, yeah, you got to take into account because some neighborhoods in the state.
Well, I mean, white people probably kill more white people than anyone else because they live together, and that's who they come in conflict with.
Yeah.
Lynn and Eddie are typical.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll kill each other.
Well, Eddie counts as Hispanic.
And Native.
Oh, yeah, Native.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, people think of like Native as being like North American, but they totally forget about the natives of Central America, the natives of South America.
He's like Aztec. He told me.
Matthew.
Yep.
But then Guatemala is probably Aztec. That makes a difference.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. But people don't think of that really at all. You know, they think about Native people, Matthew.
Lynn says he's part Mexican. He said, what part of you?
He's Mexican, yeah, he's a little dumb. Guatemala is not Mexico.
Oh, this one's putting it at 93% of blacks killed. Hey, yeah, lucky, yeah, we're the bunny girls. Saki-chan. 93%, Dad.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
So much to make my phone fall down. Said they call so much to make my phone fall down.
Ooh, yep. He's got the pink bunny, I got the green one. Yeah, where the bunny goes, Mom? Unlucky has the pink bunny costume and I have the green one. Okay, I'm back. Okay, that's good. We have two people whose names are just symbols. Yep. Thank you very much.
Let's go. I have things to do because Kissy has it. So that's you. Yeah, have a life. True. No life. Look at my career.
Yeah. Seems that way, yeah? I just realized I have self-care. I totally forgot I had self-care.
only gave me one yesterday. He gave me, this is only two today.
Okay, here we go. Old today?
Right?
Tell him to shut up. Fucking phone.
Okay.
Never shut up.
Well, because you whenever I ask for a cigarette.
Yeah, because you're constantly.
Yeah, but the phone works.
Fuck you.
Two cigarettes. You gave me one yesterday and two
Yeah,
today.
you're lucky you got any. I'd be lost with
Yeah, I have to be your bitch.
That's what I was worried today.
Yeah, very one-sided. I always regret being there with you. It's like you use it.
Shut
up. I should have asked you for the
Yeah, and I
third
regret
amazing-
spending $3 on that food. I regret it.
Yeah.
I already got 50. I spent 3.
Yeah, I didn't spend any on, I just go to the pool.
Yeah, we do that.
Because I don't have any money anyway. Well, I paid for the internet, so at least we can try to pay the doctor. Yeah, get people out for female privilege.
Yep.
Women will get a lot more free stuff than a guy would ever get. There are guy friends that will buy stuff for guy friends. Oh yeah, Matthew, I read something about crime statistics that I never quoted before. You want to read that today? Mm-hmm. The reason for the, one of the main reasons for the decrease in the crime rate is that the population is getting older.
Yeah.
Like, and then when you think of Japan has a really high percentage of old people compared to a lot of countries. Because they always say how safe Japan is. It might have to do with the Japan has an elderly population.
Yep.
They don't have children. It's young people that commit crime. And your mother pointed out that small towns have low crime because they're full of old people. The young people move to the cities. So the crime moved to the cities. Because it's young people that commit crime.
Yeah.
It's like Eddie made the comment that when he was young, he used to steal cars. He'd never do that now. Because when people get older, they commit less crimes. So Japan's reason for having a low crime rate might be its elderly population.
Yep.
Yeah. Like India is 25% young people. I don't know what their crime rate's like. But rape and stuff like that is really bad.
Yeah.
But it's young men that are more likely to commit rape. It's not that old men don't, it's just they don't do it as often.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that might explain why.
Hello. Copy, Don.
Because in Canada and the U.S., the number of retired people is going to double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the
China
baby
has a lot of retired old people too.
What?
China has a lot of old people. Yeah.
So that might explain the crime rates more than anything else. Because generally countries with high crime rates have a lot of young people. So I think in Central America they tend to have a lot of, Central and South America they have a lot of children.
They have a lot of kids here. Does that mean that there's a high crime rate in this area?
This is a high crime neighborhood.
It is? But what?
But there's a lot of children.
I don't notice.
What?
I don't notice what crime is high here.
There's a lot. This is considered a high crime neighborhood compared to some neighborhoods.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But rich neighborhoods tend to have more elderly people. That might be why they're low crime more than
Because
anything
they're
else.
rich and they don't need to commit crime, too.
Yeah.
Oh, you got kicked? Oh, damn.
Yes. Well, a lot of crimes related to drugs, and it tends to be more. You know, they tend to drug addicts die young.
Top gangs.
Yeah.
Killing each other.
But it's the young people, not the old people. Oh, I don't really take it.
Oh, you could always do it tomorrow, Mom. Do it when you feel better.
Early in the morning, not this time of day.
It's double here. Yeah, gotta get those points. Oh, it's alright. I do not like race. No, sir. No, sir. Yeah, I do. Well, it's a quick 1,000 points. Oh, damn. Ah, crap.
Amazing. April's always begging for mice from people, but she always has mice for beer. Oh, yeah.
That's the way people are like that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think about rich people always begging for tax breaks from the politicians, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you think about it, like all these tax breaks they get despite all the money they have.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they don't need any. Those companies don't need it. They already get tons of money.
Rich people don't need tax breaks. It's just bullshit. Because some of them can almost pay no taxes because they have good lawyers that, you know, borderline. They just, you know, they avoid. There's so many ways to avoid paying taxes.
Yeah, like they say the taxes are higher in the U.S., but there's so many loopholes, it's lower.
Well, the way to avoid it is to not have tax breaks.
Yeah, keep things simple.
Yeah, simplify it. Then there's no loopholes. Just, you know. But sales tax is a way of, because, you know, rich people just spend more money. But basically, the best way to avoid it at all is manufacturing taxes.
Yeah.
Instead of sales tax. They have manufacturing, like they have goods and services tax, but if you should only tax goods. It makes it simple.
Yeah.
Because companies, when they make stuff, it's much harder for them to elude taxes. Okay?
Yeah.
Because big corporations, they're, especially if they're a stock exchange, they have to be upfront and legal, because if they're not, people won't invest in a crooked company.
Yeah.
Legitimate. You see? It's a much simpler way of, it's like self-regulating, because big companies that are on the stock exchange, there's, you know, they're not going to play around with illegal activity. They want to be respectable. It's like some people with money will not invest in the porn industry or shady businesses. They just won't invest in what you consider shady business because they want to be respectable.
Actually, is marijuana really a shady business? I don't see it as shady.
No, well, some people consider alcohol because it's...
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, it's destructive. There are some people that, like, really religious people will not invest in anything to do with alcohol, or, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it's self-regulating. But the reason why, like at one time they used to only tax goods. They didn't, like income tax was introduced in 1917. So you have to look at the history of it. And when it was introduced, it was only meant to tax the rich. They never geared the tax exemption to inflation. Because back in 1917, when I looked it up, they only taxed people that the minimum wage was about equal to $400 a year, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they only taxed people that made more than $2,000 a year, which was 5 times minimum wage. If you bring that up today, minimum wage is over, I think it's over 30,000, but it's around 30,000. If you bring that up, you should only be taxing people over 150,000, which over 150,000 is rich. Like, it's like they say, 1% of people control almost 90% of the money.
Yeah.
Why are you taxing 99% of the population when 1% control 90% of the population? But the other thing people don't realize is that rich people pay taxes indirectly.
Yeah.
Even if a rich person pays 0 income tax, they don't understand that every company they own pays taxes. They actually, if they're a billionaire, actually pays billions of taxes indirectly, because if their businesses didn't pay taxes, Matthew,
Yeah.
they would be bigger billionaires than they already are. They would be getting all that profit. So people, like, they always go on about rich people. I couldn't care less if a rich person doesn't pay income tax, Matthew.
Yeah.
Because I know they indirectly pay billions. The richer you are, it's like, it doesn't really matter whether Musk pays taxes or not. Every company he owns pays corporate taxes. They pay the taxes of every fucking employee. That's the other thing that people don't get. They don't pay income tax. If you have a job, you don't pay income tax. Your employer pays it. I had an Uber passenger and I explained that to him, and he suddenly said, fuck, you're right. Every month I pay the fucking income tax of my employees,
right, calm down.
and they think they pay income tax. No, it's just the emotion there. He suddenly realized he's paying the fucking income tax of everyone that works for him.
Yeah.
But people don't, words are so important. When people see that deduction on their paycheck, they think it's their money that's going to the government. No, it's not. It's your employer's money. It doesn't really matter what the income tax is, because if they increase the income tax, the company's just going to have to pay you more to keep you as an employee.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what the income tax is. People don't understand that concept. People worry about what does the company put in my bank account? So it doesn't really matter what, they could quadruple income tax on people, Matthew, employees, but if you want to keep the employees, you can't drop their take-home pay.
Yeah.
You cannot drop their take-home pay. You know, it's like the company would have to make up the difference, or all the employees would go work somewhere else, wouldn't they, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's income tax. It's
Yeah,
like,
competition actually can lead to higher wages.
it does. But what people don't realize, the income tax they take off your paycheck is meaningless. It's like, it doesn't really matter, but they think it's their money that they're losing because they see those numbers. And then you have that, because they're paying, then you get all these stupid tax breaks. It's just bureaucracy.
Yeah, bureaucracy.
And tax breaks give people the opportunity for corruption, because there's one recently out in BC, and the people use this accounting firm, but some of these people had no idea what the accounting firm was doing.
Yeah.
They seemed respectable. You know what they were doing? They were registering.
Okay, I'm just finishing up this game, Suzuki.
They were like people that were employees, Matthew. When they were doing their income tax, they were registering that they had a business, and they were making all these business deductions. Matthew? It was a really crooked tax scheme. But some of the people just trusted the accounting firm to do their taxes properly, but they were actually making all these illegal deductions because of loopholes. They were, you know, it's like if you don't...
Oh, what killer should I camp with? Yeah, I know, eh?
The problem is a lot of business people, a lot of politicians are business people, and they're just so into tax deductions, Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a mentality thing. They don't realize it would be far. Get rid of just
taxes,
tax goods.
I just sent in my info for a tax return. Laughed my ass off. Yeah, we're talking about taxes. We talk about all kinds of stuff.
Like they shouldn't even tax services, because when you tax services, you're just passing the tax on, you know. Like when you tax a restaurant, you're just passing it on to all the people that work, and then companies have to pay their employees more money to pay for those taxes. But if you just tax the goods in the first place, you get it all covered. Because at one time it used to be a lot simpler. But you should be taxing manufactured goods. You're just like adding sales tax. You just tax the goods in the first place. You don't have to add a secondary tax when people buy stuff. You just tax the goods.
Yep.
Yeah, just manufacturing, and because I'm trying to think of the other term. Okay, it's goods and resources. Oil is a resource. Car is a good. You just tax the good, you know, you just tax, because that's how you make money, by making things, you know. It's like when you grow a crop.
Oh, I'm dead.
It's like...
I never survive in this situation. Yeah?